Hey folks, this is Vent with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review PowerWash Simulator. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 20 bucks. Now, I stress early access. That means everything that you're about to see here, including this review, is subject to change. Special thanks to Twitch subscriber and friend Lily for providing me a copy to check it out. So, what is PowerWash Simulator? Well, it should be called, according to my girlfriend, Try and Find the Missing Spots Simulator, just because you're going to be just thrown into this environment and you're going to be cleaning. That's all you're going to be doing. You've got this power washer and you're going to be spraying water onto various surfaces and objects in order to clean them. What is cool is that whenever you point at an object, you can see a little white bar in the upper left-hand corner. The more full the bar is, the more dirty the object. And your goal is to make everything completely clean at the end of the level. Now, luckily, you have unlimited time. So you can take your time, go through this at your own leisure, and wash away. You can go prone, you can jump. In fact, you'll have to go prone and crouch in order to get the hard-to-reach places. Each object in this game is broken up into different layers. So when you clean one section of an object, or clean enough of it, then all of it will be clean automatically. So you don't have to sit there and try and find every single nook and cranny. Once the game has decided, you know what, you've cleaned enough of this particular surface or part of this object, we'll just go ahead and say it's clean now, and then the rest of it will be automatically clean. Now, there are instances where you'll have to sit there and look around and go, what did I miss? What part of this object or what part of this surface did I miss? And I can't seem to find it. You may have to crouch and look around and stuff, but for the most part, the game does a nice job in, making it not seem too tedious, even though it is. So there's a career mode, for those of you curious. There's a challenge mode where you are up against the clock if you want to do that. There's also special levels, like you can clean I think it was the Mars rover or something like that. But career mode takes you, your first level is this truck that you have to clean, and then you're into this garden, and then you do a bike, and then so on and so on. I have not progressed past, I think, 3 levels at this point. So this review is still kind of early, but it's still the same experience every single time. You're going to go in there and you're going to clean, you're going to earn money, and, off you go to the next level. So if you've ever played, say, like House Flipper, and you go inside the dirty house and you look at it and you go, oh my God, what did I get into? There's so much to do. Well, that's the feeling that I get when I enter a new level for the first time in this game. It's just one of those games where it's going to take you like 30 to 45 minutes to do each level, possibly even longer depending on the size. There is a progression to this. As I mentioned earlier, you do earn money for this, for doing your jobs. And you can spend money on, say, power washers. There's light duty, medium duty, heavy duty, and professional. It just increases the stats. It's nothing to write home about. There are modifications that you can purchase. For example, a custom styling for this heavy-duty pressure washer. You can just assign different modifications to your washer, which is great. You can change your appearance via gloves and clothing. There's cleaning liquids. Different cleaning liquids are good against certain surfaces. I like that. Various equipment nozzles. In the beginning of the game, you have 4 different nozzle settings, and it's just like power. So there's wide angle, but weak, and then there's narrower, and then there's like a very straight, narrow beam. And it's cool because just spraying water on something is not enough to clean it. There's like a strength to your wash too. So if you're constantly in like this wide angle spray, it's going to take you some time to clean some of that really stubborn dirt. Whereas if you're in that really narrow beam, it's so powerful that it can knock out almost anything, but it's going to take you a while. You really got to aim and it's going to take you longer to do because you're not covering that wide of a surface. So you have to kind of find the right power and the right wide angle, the angle for the job. So I like that. I like the fact that I can just switch between them. But in the equipment menu, you can buy even more nozzles once you have enough money to do so. For example, the Prime Vista 1500 Turbo Nozzle, a spinning 0-degree nozzle that increases the area of an effect while maintaining maximum pressure. So you can buy various equipment to assist you in the future. So in the beginning, you're going to get just your 4 standard power levels or wide angle, whatever. And then you go in there. It's going to take you some time to complete these levels, but as you purchase more equipment, you'll find that the other levels are easier to do. Now, I want to point out that there is a new co-op mode in Career, which is great. You can invite one friend to play with you. However, at this time, there's no progression for that second player, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What's the point of having co-op if the second person doesn't progress with you? So I just want to point it out there that this co-op bit is still rough around the edges. It's a cool idea. I mean, it was fine. My girlfriend was able to jump right in, no problem, and help me out. But at the end of it, she earned no money and no progression for her trouble. So I was like, well, I might as well just hold off on co-op then until until there's actual progression for the second player. So I just want to warn you. I'm hoping that enough people complain about it to the point where they add co-op progression, because it just makes sense. What's the point of having co-op if you can't progress together? Anyway, so there's that. But all in all, like, this game, if I had to like sum it up in one sentence, this is a monotonous but rewarding / satisfying experience. You have to be in the mood to play this game, really, in my opinion. Some people, if they're in a bad mood, more monotony will just piss them off even more. But then other people might go, you know what, I'm in a bad mood. I'm just going to chill and unwind for a while and just spray stuff and clean it. Some people unwind that way. Other people find it frustrating. It all depends on what kind of gamer you are and what kind of personality you have. So, do I recommend this? I do. I think you can get a lot of playtime out of this, but like I said, you have to be the type of person that can play games like Viscera Cleanup Detail and House Flipper and not get frustrated or, have very little patience for such things. If you have very little patience for those games, you're going to have very little patience for this too, because there is a lot of monotony here. But it is satisfying. The spray of the water, the sound of it. The look of the water as it's sort of like, once you've sprayed something, you can see the afterglow of the water on it. That's all really cool. I like that. And then you can actually physically see things go from dirty to clean. It's again, oddly satisfying for someone like me that likes to clean. Not in real life so much, but I like clean stuff. So when I play this game, it is satisfying to me. But like I said, sometimes I lose patience and have to go on to something else. You can replay levels at your own leisure, which is nice, but yeah, like I said, I think the biggest issue for me right now is lack of co-op progression, but I'm hoping they change that over the course of development. Again, early access. Quick edit, one thing I forgot to mention was that the controls are actually quite nice. You can left click and hold to spray the water, but you can also just hit right click once and the spray will stay on. So for those of you with carpal tunnel or any sort of wrist issue, right click is the way to go. Just click it once and, you don't have to worry about holding any buttons in and hurting your wrist. You still have to move around, obviously, and look around and point at stuff, but you don't have to strain your wrist by holding a button in. So that's kind of cool. You can also hit R to rotate your nozzle. That's another thing I forgot to mention. And also, with regards to control, there's a tab key that you can hit, and it'll show the dirt for a brief amount of time. That way you can see what you missed. However, there's no way to permanently keep it on, so I'm constantly hitting tab trying to see what I've missed. I wish there was a way to permanently keep that on. Maybe there is and I missed it in the options menu, but there you go. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.